Good morning, students. Today I am going to start the third chapter from the Razia Sultana. On that day, we had done the two slave rulers. The first was Qutbuddin Aibak and second was Iltutmish. After the death of Iltutmish, the next third ruler was Razia Sultana. Iltutmish, he was died in 1236. Iltutmish was died in 1236, and before his death he appointed Razia as his successor. Students, Razia was the first Muslim ruler who ruled over India. She was the first woman Muslim ruler who ruled over India. Iltutmish also had sons, but his sons were not capable. So that's why he appointed her daughter Razia as ruler. But his nobles, they did not like his idea to appoint his daughter as his successor, because they did not want to live under the woman ruler, because at that time the society was male dominated. So after the death of Iltutmish, they appointed his son Rukn-ud-Din Firoz as the next ruler, but he was not capable, he was not efficient to run the administration. So that's why they had the last option to rule under the Razia, to accepted the Razia as the ruler. But they didn't like them. The Razia, she was very brave lady and she dressed like the men. You can see in the picture, she was very brave and she also rode the horses. In spite of these qualities, the nobles did not like him and they killed him in 1240. And Razia was killed by the nobles in 1240. After her death, many new rulers came, but they were not capable and they all were less important. And the new ruler after her death, who was capable, the name of that ruler was Balban. His full name was Ghiyasuddin Balban. He became ruler in 1266 and he ruled till 1286. When the Balban became ruler, he had to face many difficulties. The first difficulty he had to face, that was created by the nobles. These were the nobles who were appointed by the Iltutmish. That was a group of 40 nobles. After the death of Iltutmish, these 40 nobles became very powerful and disloyal to the ruler. And the second challenge he had to face, that was related to money. During his time, the treasury was empty and his army was not well organized, and the governors of the states, they also take the advantage of the situation and they also became powerful. They also started to become powerful. So the Balban had to face these problems and he had to manage with these problems. How he managed with these problems? First, what he did to strengthen his position as a sultan, he followed the blood and iron policy. Blood and iron policy means he took harsh steps to suppress the opponents, the people who were against him. He took harsh steps to suppress them. First of all, he took steps against the nobles. But he did for them, he asked them to attend the court in a dress. He asked them to come in the court in a proper dress, and the nobles had to kneel and touch the ground with their forehead before the ruler, before the Balban, and the nobles, they had to bend their heads and they had to touch their forehead with the ground in front of the Ghiyasuddin Balban, and this was known as the Sijda. Why he did this? To control the power of the nobles. And next, he had an excellent spy power. Spy power means he appointed the men who gave him a knowledge about the different activities which are taking place in his area. They give knowledge him about the different things. And next is, he also destroyed the group of 40. 40 means the group of nobles who became powerful, and he destroyed the thieves. During his time, the robbers and the thieves, they were increasing. So to control them, to destroy them, he clears the forest where they take a shelter. He also marched against the different governors. I told you he had to face the challenge from the governors also, who started to become powerful during his time. So he also marched against these governors. He marched against the governor of Bengal, and he died in 1286. And after his death, the new dynasty was started. The name of that dynasty was the Khilji dynasty and the Khilji Sultans. First was Salib dynasty and second was the Khilji Sultans. And this dynasty started from 1290 to 1320. And who was the founder of this dynasty? Underline this, Jalaluddin. That is also in your book. You have to underline on your book also. This is on page number 36. Underline this, Jalaluddin. He was the founder of the Khilji dynasty, and he was very generous and the simple man, and he was died by the Alauddin Khilji in 1296. After killing him, Alauddin became the next ruler. You can see the picture of the Alauddin. He was very ambitious monarch. And second, Alexander. He ruled like the Alexander. The first thing he did, he reduced the power of the nobles like Balban. He also strengthened the spy system and took the steps to check the corruption in his area. Expeditions and conquest. Now I am going to tell you about the areas which were captured by the Alauddin Khilji. The first area he captured, that was the area of Gujarat. Underline this. He attacked on Gujarat in 1299. And who was the ruler of Gujarat at that time? Karan Bagela. He was the ruler of the Gujarat. He refused to fight with Alauddin Khilji and he ran away from his area. And Alauddin captured the Gujarat, and he also looted the Somnath temple which was situated here. And Alauddin bought the slave from Gujarat. The name of that slave was Malik Kafur, and he was very capable person. He helped Alauddin to win many areas. He underlined this also, who was Malik Kafur. He was the slave. He was bought by Alauddin by giving 1000 dinar. That is an important question. And next, the area which he captured, that was the area of Rajasthan. The areas he captured here, these were the Ranthambore and the Chittor, and these were the Rajput areas. Next, conquest of the Deccan. Deccan means after winning the areas of the north, Now he moves toward the Deccan. Deccan means he moves toward the southern areas. He sent his army in the south areas. He sent Malik Kafur. He was the slave, and he sent him in the south for what? To conquer the areas. And Malik Kafur, he defeated the rulers of Devagiri. These are, underline this, these are the areas of south. Devagiri, that is on page number 37. Devagiri, Madurai and Varangal, but he did not annex these areas, means he did not capture, he did not keep these areas under him, because if he did so, it will become difficult for him to rule the vast area, to control the areas of the south. So he gave back these areas to the rulers of this area. He just defeated the rulers of these areas, but he took loads of wealth from these areas and he became powerful. And next, what type of administration was found during the time of Alauddin Khilji? The first thing he did, the Mongol invasions. Invasions means attacks. During the time of Alauddin Khilji, the Mongols attacked on India 5 times. During his time, the Mongols attacked on India 5 times. But he did, to reduce their power, he got all the forts along the routes of the attack and repaired. He repaired all the forts which were along the routes of the attack, and he also started to give training to his army to fight against the Mongols. He also punished the Mongols which were already in India, in Delhi. These were the measures which he took to control the power of the Mongols. And second, measures against the nobles. What he did to control the power of the nobles? He reduced the power of nobles by reducing their political and economic power. Economic power means he reduced their salaries, okay, and he taken titles from them. Next is prepared strong spy system. He also prepared the strong spy system. Next, economic reforms. Economic reforms related to the money. What he did, he fixed the prices of the food grains. Food grains means wheat, rice. He fixed the prices of these things. And second, what he did, no one permitted to purchase the food from the cultivators directly, only authorized traders. Now the people did not purchase the things directly from the farmers. Only traders will purchase the things from the farmers and then they sell these products in the market. The all merchants were required, and the merchants who want to trade, they have to register their name. Black marketing was also checked, and that was not there. And what was the purpose of these reforms? Why he made these reforms? He wanted to make direct link between the state and farmers. And second, he also want to increase the land revenue from the land. He want to increase the land revenue from the land. For that, he also take back the privileges which were given to the headman of the Parganas and the other Chaudhries. He also take back the privileges from these people. And he introduced, underline this, he introduced new taxes, horse tax and the tax on all milk cows. Student, economic reform is very important. You have to learn this well. He fixed the prices of food grains and nobody was allowed to purchase the things directly from the farmers, from the cultivators, and the merchants had to register their name with the ruler, and black marketing was not there. The prices of the things were fixed. And what type of man the Alauddin was, now I am going to discuss. He was the great conqueror. He won the many areas of north as well as of south. Means he linked between the north and south. He was a despot. Despot means he was very powerful person who destroyed the power of nobles and the Mongols also. He made many military reforms and he was the great patron of art and architecture. He loves art and architecture. For that he built many buildings. I am going to show you the pictures of the buildings which he built during his time. Hod, Khas and the Alai Minar. These are the buildings which he built because he was the great patron of art and architecture. And the person Amir Khusro, he was the poet during his time. Amir Khusro, he was the poet. That is also important. It can come as a short question. Who was Amir Khusro? He was the poet during his time and he died in 1316. And after his death, the new ruler was Malik Kafur, but he was died within 36 days. And the last Khilji ruler was died by the Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, and the new dynasty started that was known as the Tughlaq dynasty. Students, we have covered two dynasties. First was slave dynasty and second was the Khilji dynasty, and the third is the Tughlaq dynasty, which we will do in the next video. Thank you.